If you're making Nigerian meat pie in commercial quantity, you're going to have issues with the mixing, the filling, and even getting all your pie to be perfect. And this flaky is one major challenge you will face. We're going to be dealing with all of that in this video. And about 6 months ago, I made an extra flaky meat pie recipe, but I didn't add eggs, and I got loads of questions. So many of you were wondering if they can really get the recipe right. Like Ngozi said something. She said, "See, if I want to add eggs, how many eggs am I going to add to my meat pie recipe? Is it going to turn out being flaky?" Halima asked a question. She was like, "See, if I'm going to add my meat pie, if I'm mixing my meat pie, lifting up the dough is a bit of a challenge. It just scatters. What should I do?" Now, I made this yummy looking meat pie recipe, adding eggs, and I'm going to spilling out all the secrets to how you can make this extra flaky meat pie recipe, adding eggs, and it is so perfect for beginners because you do not need to put your dough in the fridge. We are using 3 eggs and cold water, 300 mils of cold water. We're going to mix it and set aside. We made 30 pieces of meat pie with this recipe. I am using 1.5 kg of flour. I'm adding in my salt and my baking powder, which I'm going to mix thoroughly before adding in my liquid mix. I advise that you dissolve your egg in water, preferably cold water, because we are not putting this pie in the fridge. But the colder your ingredients are, the more flaky your pie will turn out. So even if you do not have a fridge or you don't have any means to put your pie in the fridge, make sure your water is cold, make sure your butter is cold, and with that, you are good to go. We're going to add in our butter into our flour and mix it with our fingers. Now, your butter is going to be hard. Just take your time and mix thoroughly. Then go on now to add in your liquid mix. It is your first time of stopping by my channel. You're so welcome. And if you've been here before, good to have you here once again. And if you haven't subscribed, girl, subscribe to Debbie's Kitchen Guy. Do thumbs up, do like and share. Now, at this point, I struggled. I wish I separated my dough into two equal portions so that I can mix them separately. But mixing 1.5 kg in this small bowl stressed me. At a point, at the base of the bowl, the water was not enough. I had to add an extra 50 mils. But what happened was that the dough became too soft, and I didn't want it to be that soft. So you may want to mix in batches in maybe two smaller bowls, like 500 grams in 3 batches or 750 grams in 2 batches. It just makes it easy for you to mix and you won't come out with that kind of dough I came out with. I just thought that to show you that part so that, yes, you will know how it can be difficult to mix all at once. So we are making our filling. I just added in my onions and green bell peppers, and I'm adding in my beef, shredded beef. And my beef was a bit frozen, so I actually took it out of the fridge to thaw, but it took a while. So I had to just allow it to fry on low heat until fully dissolved. And I went on now to add in my spices. The major spice you need to add is your curry and your thyme, then your salt and seasoning. That is all. That is just all you need for your meat pie recipe. You can add a little bit of garlic and ginger paste or powdered garlic and ginger. So you don't need to do too much. Now add in your chopped carrots and chopped Irish potato alongside your green bell peppers. I would always say that green bell peppers, spring onions, and carrots are the three vegetables you shouldn't miss out on your meat pie recipe. Yes, it takes it to another level. Aside adding color, it adds flavors. So once you cover, go on out to add in your thickener. I prefer using flour for thickening my meat pie filling when I go for commercial quantity, increasing the amount of slurry. Just change the texture of your filling. So you can decide to adjust your seasoning to your taste at this point. Just allow to simmer for a bit and your meat pie filling is ready. Now I made my meat pie filling a day before. So at this point, after mixing in my flour, I just went on to roll it straight away. I divided my dough into different portions. I did not weigh. I usually advise you go for 100 grams for smaller size pies and 120 grams for bigger size pies. But this recipe gave us 30 pieces of meat pie and I didn't weigh. Now we're going to be finding out how you can use this dough to make your pie and your pie will come out being flaky. There are some secrets I shared here. You want to stick around. Now I just rolled my dough till flat. I'm going to just brush my cutter with flour, very important. Now, one thing I love about this recipe is that you do not need to brush your dough with egg wash before sealing because the texture of the dough makes it easy for you to seal. I had to do a research to come up with this recipe because I really wanted to help beginners in business on how they can make meat pies without any form of struggle. And this recipe just answered that question. Now, after sealing, you can see your pie is properly sealed even if you didn't brush the edge with egg mix. This is not going, you can't try this for your extra flaky meat pie recipe. It won't sell. Now, this leftover, wait, we'll find out what we're going to do with it. Once you start baking, heat up your oven and start baking them in batches. Do not pile on your kitchen counter, on your table. Just start baking them as you're making them. So these ones are ready. I just brushed with egg wash and I've started baking them. So these are the leftover. Do you know what I did? Normally, I just skip them aside. Then when I'm done exhausting the initial dough, I just pick them and roll them and seal. Now, you don't want to overwork your dough. That way, you will minimize repeating the amount of excess dough you're making, and you will not need to roll them 2 or 3 times. You just roll them like once or twice to prevent overprocessing of your dough. And when you have filling staining your dough, which is one of the major challenge you will have, after rolling your dough, the side that has the filling stain, make sure you place them on, let it be on the inside of the pie. You understand what I'm saying? Wait, you understand? Just relax. So look at what I did. You see that side that has the filling stain? I just placed it on top so that after adding my filling and I seal, the stain of the filling will be inside because we want all our pies to come out looking very neat for our customers. Don't you think so? Don't you think so? Oh yeah, press the subscription button, I beg, like and share. So after baking in batches and I'm done baking all my pie or most of them, this is what we got at the end of the day. This one you are seeing, there's the one from the leftover dough. It will always look smoother because you had to roll it a bit, like a few times. This first one is from the initial dough. You can see it's not as smooth, but the flakiness is more pronounced in the one you didn't, that's not from the leftover dough, than the smoother one that's from the leftover dough. So you may want to be careful when baking your pie. The initial set I baked were a bit too brown. Look at how they are looking. So brown. I used my air fryer to bake this one. It was really dark in color. So be careful when baking your pie because you don't want yours to look that brown. They should all look just okay, like the ones you can see there. So you have to be careful. Place your pie like this if you're using it for a birthday party, get together. And when you cut through this pie, girl, it was so yummy. The feeling was so moist. Thumbs up this video. Have you learned anything? Will you be trying it out? Don't worry, the ingredients and measurements will all be in the description box. See you next time. God.